Hi guys! So today I wanted to film a video about my New Year's resolutions while they were still kind of fresh and brewing in my head. I don't really like New Year's resolutions. I've never been a giant fan of them because I find that the ones that I set that are like go to the gym more or eat less sugar or drink more water, they just kind of don't sink in. Like they stay there for maybe like 2 months and then I don't remember what my New Year's resolution was. So for the past couple of years I've just had one resolution and it was to be happy. And I consider myself a pretty bubbly, like optimistic person. I don't really get depressed easily, I don't really get into a funk easily, but I still get sad. And when I do get sad, I am sad. Like, I am just, no, you don't want to be around me at all. I am like snappy and mean, because I'm like, I get angry sad, which is never fun for anybody involved, including me. But I find that the resolution to be happy is one that I find relatively easy to achieve, day to day. So it's that nice feeling of like, I'm sticking with my resolution, like I'm doing great, like this is amazing. And, on some days it's one that's a little bit harder to achieve, so I actually have to work at it. And I already try to be my happy self, to be that optimistic, bubbly person that I am every day. So it's something that I strive towards anyways. So I find that if I set that as a resolution, I end up keeping up with it and like actually fulfilling my resolution when I do that. But 2013 felt very much like 2012 to me. I have the same job, I'm in the same position. I've worked at the same place for over 7 years now, but I've had different positions, and in 2013 I just had the same position. So I don't know if it's that, or I've been with my boyfriend for almost 3 years, and before him the longest relationship I had was 2 months, and I had never had a New Year's kiss. I had never been with someone for New Year's, so I didn't have that continuity and that kind of comfortable way that you get when you're with someone for almost 3 years. And this year I really want a change. I want to be that whole best self that I can possibly be and really work towards bettering myself and being an adult. Like the other morning I had kind of a pre-midlife crisis where I seriously was crouched down on my floor, hugging my knees and freaking out. Like, I felt like a child. I was like, my room isn't very clean. I'm terrible at keeping my room clean. I split my week between being at my father's house and going to my boyfriend's house. And when I'm at my father's house, it's when I'm working. I go to my boyfriend's house for the weekend and I don't work on the weekends. So, like, all of my free time, like my downtime, is spent there. So I don't really want to clean my room when I come home from work at the end of a long day. Like, I'm exhausted. I might, pick up a couple things, but I don't really want to do an overhaul of my room. And when you put down more than you pick up over years, oh my goodness, over months, it accumulates. And I realized that I haven't really seriously cleaned my room since last year. And that's disgusting. Like, I feel like a child. And, my room is exactly the same as how it was when I was 17 years old. Like, I don't want it anymore. I'm 23 years old, I'll be 24 this year, which don't even get me started on that. But I feel very much like I've gotten comfortable in my life and in my habits, and that's not good. Like, it's never good to get too comfortable because then you just get stagnant and you don't do anything with yourself. You don't strive towards anything because you feel like what you have is good enough, and what I have is not good enough. It's just not. I'm working at a job that I'm not very happy with. I live with my father, which I love my father, but I don't want to live with him anymore. I want to have my own place. I don't drive. Like, I don't even have my license. And so much of this is fear of change. And, like, I have such a deep fear of, like, moving forward and becoming an adult. I really, really do. And so the resolutions that I've kind of set for myself are to reflect becoming an adult and moving out of feeling like a child, because I hated it. I did not like how I felt when I was thinking about this. It made me feel terrible. So I have set 5 resolutions for myself and I'm really hoping that I'm going to achieve them this year. I feel like I need to. I just feel like they're going to be good for me to do. And I have them all over here on my dry erase board. I'll show you guys. They're all written over there. So throughout the video, I'm going to be looking that way, and that's why I'm looking that way. So the first one is set a regular YouTube/blog schedule and stick to it. I'm very new to YouTube, and I am new to blogging, really. Like, I've had Tumblrs in the past where, you know, I can post pictures and stuff like that, but I have Blogspot, and it's a beauty blog, and I really want to get into a schedule of, like, doing one every week and possibly doing a video every week or at least every other week, but, like, uploading on the same day every week or every other week, depending on how I want it. Like, you know, I want to get to the point where I have a notebook, or like in my planner, I can write down ideas for videos and ideas for blog posts instead of just being like, oh, I have this idea, let me go film it, or oh, I have this idea, let me write about it. Like, I want it to kind of feel like a career, like a job, and I want to have structure to it, because I do very well with structure. When I don't have structure, I don't do very well with things at all. I just kind of either forget about them or I don't do them, and then they just fall by the wayside. And, you know, a lot of things that I was very passionate about ended up, you know, I ended up not doing them because I didn't have a structure and because I didn't set very good goals for myself. And, you know, I really want to make something of it and have fun with it at the same time. Resolution 2 is to say yes to new fun opportunities. I have let, you know, fear of the unknown hold me back from doing a lot. My boyfriend went skiing last year with a whole bunch of his friends for like a long weekend. And it was really cool. He went up to New Hampshire and went skiing, or I think he actually went snowboarding. I was invited to come and I didn't, because I've never gone skiing or gone snowboarding before. And, you know, it was going to cost money and stuff like that. And I was just like, no, you know, you go. I'll stay behind. And, you know, he ended up, you know, sending me pictures while he was there, of course, and keeping me updated. And I ended up feeling just this regret that I feel a lot when I say no to things. And I say no to things relatively often out of fear, or out of feeling like, oh, I don't know, I'm not going to have fun. Like, I can't just, like, leave if I want to go. I don't want to feel that regret anymore, because it's a terrible feeling being 23 and not living. Like, this is what these years are for. It's for living and having new experiences and learning what you like and what you don't like and what kind of person you are. And I want to be the kind of person that says yes to fun new things. You know, of course, things that are still going to be safe. I'm not going to say yes to something that's going to be dangerous. I'm not going to start doing drugs or anything like that. But things that, you know, maybe I won't have a good time, but I can say that I did it. Like, I can say, oh yeah, I've been skiing before, or I've been snowboarding before. Like, that's a cool thing to say that you've done. And while I can be dangerous, it's not necessarily going to be dangerous. And I think I need to start thinking about things in a more positive light instead of automatically being like, oh no, I'm not going to have fun doing that because it's new and I've never thought about doing it before. Resolution number 3 is make every effort to grow. I guess this kind of ties in with number 2 with, like, you know, having more experiences and saying yes to more opportunities. But just bettering myself. I think that by bettering yourself, you grow and you learn. And, you know, by kind of taking better care of myself, like eating more healthy and, you know, doing yoga or going running. No, I'm never going to go running. I'm just a terrible runner. But yeah, doing yoga. Funny enough, my friend texted me tonight saying, hey, do you want to start doing yoga with me? And that's one of the things that it's like, yeah, that's going to help me grow. And yeah, I'm going to say yes, because this is going to be fun. You know, it doesn't have to be like, oh God, you know, I'm not that good at yoga. Like, I need to be the best at it before I go do it, which is how I feel about everything. But I feel like I just need to grow. I feel like I need to start doing things and to better myself and to make myself a more rounded person and to make myself a friggin' adult. I know that, you know, you never stop growing. And I feel like I did. I feel like I've stopped. Like, I'm just kind of stuck somewhere, and I'm not growing, and I'm not learning, and I'm not having new experiences, and I don't like that because it's stupid. Because I'm not like an 80-year-old woman. I should be going out and doing things. And so, yeah, I guess those two kind of tie in with each other with, saying yes and making every effort to grow. So number 4 is to get my friggin' license. And yes, it says get my friggin' license in those words. I know how to drive, kind of. I started learning how to drive when I was 15 years old. And the car that I learned how to drive on ended up getting in an accident, and when it was parked on the side of the road and getting totaled, and I didn't have another car to learn on for a year. And once my mom got a new car, I started learning again on that car, and I was driving, I was having a pretty good driving schedule. Same exact thing happened, which was kind of freaky. It was parked on the side of the road, car crashed into it. It was just like I was so discouraged by that. And after that, I would kind of drive my friends' cars every once in a while, not to anywhere, but in parking lots and stuff like that, just to get some driving under my belt. And I never really picked back up with a schedule on learning how to drive. And then it just kind of, fell by the wayside. And your license isn't something that should fall by the wayside. Unless you live in New York City or somewhere where you don't really need to drive, where you can either walk everywhere or take a subway, you need to have your license, you need to have a car. And at 23, I should have a car and I should have my license. And I feel like not having a car and not having my license is holding me back from moving out of my father's house. It's holding me back from getting a new job. It's holding me back from going to school. I want to go to school to become a makeup artist, and the school that I'm looking at is a couple towns away from me. It's 20-minute drive or so, 15-20-minute drive, and I don't want to have to depend on people to get me to and from school because I'm 23 years old. I'm not a child. So I just really feel like it's hindering me so much in moving forward with my life, and I have this yearning to move forward and to begin doing things and really get things done and have things under my belt that I can show for, that I can be like, I did this, this is mine, this is awesome. I want that to happen, and I feel like getting my license is just the key to opening up all those doors for me. Finally, number 5 is to be happy. I kept that resolution in there because I think it's a great resolution. It's something that you should try to be every day, and you don't necessarily have to be chipper and in people's faces with it, but I think that everybody should try to be happy because it just makes you better. It keeps you healthy. It draws in better relationships, be they romantic or just friendships and stuff like that. You do better at work. Happy people gravitate towards happy people, and sad people gravitate towards sad people. And I want to have happy people in my life. I want to have people that, obviously still have troubles and still have problems, but for the most part aren't looking to bring anybody down to their level, which I find that a lot of unhappy people want. They want people to be unhappy with them. I know there's a lot of people who want to be unhappy. They genuinely want to be unhappy. And I'm not one of those people, and I don't want to be, and I don't think anybody should be, because that's not something that's healthy. It's not like wanting to be a gymnast or wanting to be a gardener. It's like wanting to be a drug addict or a criminal. That sounds really strange, but I associate wanting to be unhappy with wanting to be a drug addict or a criminal. Because usually drug addicts and criminals are unhappy people. So I guess that's why, because I kind of figured that unhappiness is the root of all evil. So those are my 5 resolutions for the year. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that maybe you might think about including some of these in next year's resolutions, or if you haven't made any resolutions yet, that this might have given you some ideas towards, how you can make yourself better in 2014. I'm so excited for 2014. I really am. It sounds super cheesy to say that you're excited for the new year, but I am. I want this year to be a year of growth and challenges, and I hope it will be. So I will see you guys in my next video. Happy New Year, And as always, like and subscribe and all that fun stuff, and I will see you next time. Bye.